I want to say calming, but more of a nurturing practice for yourself. All right, so go ahead, lay down. If you want to bend your knees, you can bend your knees. Good. And then just arrive in your breath. So just arrive in the space that you're in. And I'd like you to tune into your heartbeat. Okay, so I was using this last night. I had kind of a, we all have our nights that we can't sleep. And I was paying attention to my heartbeat in between all of my breaths. So I would like you to try to pay attention to the heartbeat as kind of like an indication of a pause of the breath in between either the inhale and the exhale. And just kind of see if you can tune into that. Maybe it would be helpful if you even put your hand on your heart. And even for that like little microsecond, see if you can feel your heartbeat, that feedback of your heartbeat in between your breaths. It's actually really soothing. So today's practice is going to be all about you and all about letting go and forgiving maybe mistakes or over-analyzing or even self-punishment sometimes. Things that we do to ourselves that we're like, shoot, I messed up that, or, I should have done this. So just really kind of feel that heartbeat, that feedback, that breath, as you allow yourself to really mellow out. And then notice as you mellow out and you tune into these deeper layers of yourself, if the breath changes. Maybe it gets faster. There's no right or wrong answer. Maybe it gets slower. And then I'd like you to bend your knees and lift your legs up to the sky. Just point and flex your toes as you begin to settle into your lower back. Yeah, just point and flex. Really nurture it. And then keep the right leg up, let the left leg go down. Bend the right knee. And give yourself a little twist. So bring that right knee over to the left and let your chest just open up nice and wide. If you want to keep your left hand on your right knee, that's okay. Or you can just kind of just lay it all out there. And again, tune into that heartbeat, that momentary pause in between your breaths. Just give yourself a space here to rest in, to hold in, to refuel in, and to nourish. And take 3 more breaths here. And see if there's even any physical sensation at all, or if your mind is starting to race a little. And then go ahead and bring that knee back through center. Lift both legs up to the sky. Bring the left knee into your chest. Let the right leg go down and bring the left leg into a twist to the right. The right arm can rest right on that knee if you'd like it to. Otherwise, just let the leg open out to the side and arms open like a T. Whatever feels most comfortable. We're just going to nurture all the parts in the body, all the cracks in the body, and try to refuel them with light, with softness, with compassion. Just doing the best that you can to be in the moment, to soften the rigidness around us, and to create a space that allows you to really sink in to what's most important to you. There's something very intimate about the breath that calls you home, that calls you home from the busyness, from any frustration that surrounds you in your day, or information overload. There's something very nurturing about coming home to your breath. So come home to your breath, and it's going to be a very intricate part of our practice today. Good. And then lift up that knee, lift both legs up to the sky. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, bend your knees and bring the bottoms of your feet to the ground, please. Good. Roll to the right side for a moment. Take a moment of centering, of quietness for yourself, of things that you've been holding on to that it's time to untie, to forgive, and move on from. Roll all the way up to seated. Come into crisscross position or Sukhasana. And just sit up nice and tall and just feel your sit bones and feel your sit bones support the weight of your body. Close your eyes for a moment. Rest your hands on your knees. See if you can rock back your weight a little bit onto the back of your sit bones, then maybe rock forward. And then find that center where you're not trying too hard, too little. It's just enough to be aware of the spine, to be aware of the breath. And then I'd like you to please bring your left hand to your right knee and bring your right hand around your left rib cage, And then I want you to turn the torso as you stay grounded through your sit bones to the right. And as you do that, pull your rib cage with your right hand to the right as well to kind of encourage this turning through the spine, beyond just the neck, the turning of the whole body towards a new direction. And just feel what this is like in your body, this encouragement of release. And then gently release the ribs, come back through center and just switch sides. Bring the right hand to the left knee. Bring the left hand to the right rib cage. And just peel yourself open, holding onto the ribs. Yep, peel yourself open to the left. And just see if you can get a little bit more turn now because you've got this hand guiding you. And encourage yourself to find your breath again. Good. And then release the ribs, come back through center. Come into tabletop, place your hands under your shoulders, and bring your knees hip distance apart. I'd like you to extend your right arm forward, pull in the navel, feel the spine and the rib cage nice and tight, and then extend that right arm underneath the belly and give yourself a twist. So thread the needle, release your temple to the ground, and look for that twist you felt just moments ago in your ribs. That extra encouragement of opening up through the body, allowing the cracks to happen, to learn from the body what needs to be released. Again, use that heartbeat as what you come back to every time. See if you can hear it and if you can listen to it. Good. And then go ahead and come back through tabletop and just simply make your way to the other side. Nothing hard today, just really simple movements just to come back into the body, come back into the mind, extend the left arm, and then twist it out. Becoming very aware of the turn, of the release, of the extension of the arm and the rotation of the spine. Move in a way that makes you feel grounded, that nourishes your whole body, every layer of yourself. Come home to yourself. Beginning with the four corners of your hands, your feet, the mat, the room. Where you begin again and again, every day, to try your best. And then undo that, come to tabletop. And roll out the neck a little bit. Just see what's in there. Maybe turn the head left and right. And then re-extend the spine. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, step the right foot in between your hands or lift the right foot up in between your hands. Good. Keep the back knee down, if that's okay. And then again, I would like you to take the right hand to the left rib cage. Go ahead and grab that left rib cage with the right hand. And encourage it to turn all the way towards the right. As you feel your shoulders, your spine kind of stack over each other, right? And then once you find that, tone the belly to tone the body and lift that arm up to the sky. The right arm all the way up. And just feel what this does at the thoracic spine, the mid-spine. Keep that knee centering out. And then find that breath again. Smooth breath in. Smooth breath out. Good. And then release the right hand down to the ground. Lift the left knee up this time. Good. And then again, bring the left hand to the floor right beside the right foot and take the right hand to the ribs once again. Encourage your body to open to the right. Open it up. Maybe bring your right hand a little higher under the left armpit to help rotate deeper. Keep the left foot active. And just notice inch by inch what's happening into the body. Once you feel satisfied, this is enough, right? Extend the right arm to the ceiling. So lift your neck to be in line with your spine. Yeah, and then chin off the chest. Good, Laura. There it is. And use the whole body to breathe. Don't keep it, kind of like sparse, like you'll run out. You won't run out. There's enough to fill up the whole body. And right arm down. Left knee down. Right knee back. Take a child's pose. Knees can be wide or together. It's really up to you and how the body is built. And soften the heart space. Let the heart space come forward onto the mat. Feel it again as you simply come back to the breath, to come back home. To listen to the story unravel for you today in your experience through your practice as it unfolds. Moment by moment, breath by breath, posture by posture, unraveling by unraveling. When you're ready, please lifting it up again to tabletop. With the exhale, the left foot steps in between your hands, or encourage it and lift it up and place it there. Good. Plant the right hand down to help ground so that the left foot and the right hand are even. Inner thighs active. Left hand to the right rib cage, and then peel the body open. Peel it open, twisting, encouraging the left knee to move towards the right elbow. When you feel like you've got that openness and you can almost even feel the breath in the right rib cage as you're turning open, look for that. And once you get a signal from the body that you are filling up the ribs, the arm can go up. Use that feedback from your body, right? The energetic line is going from the tailbone up through the mid-spine and out through the crown of the head. The crown of the head is allowing for the light, the space to come in to heal. Even when you feel like you're going backwards, we're always making progress. Take one more inhale, fill up the rib, and then please place the hand down. Relax. Frame the left foot, lift the right knee up, and then look for that motion again. Right hand planted down, left hand to the ribs, maybe higher towards the armpit, and then encourage. It's almost like you're hugging yourself with one arm, right? Feel the breath, feel the feedback in the palm of your own hand. When the breath is there, then extend the arm up and find yourself in this nice low twist. Right. Stay active with the wrist. What do you feel? What's the sensation coming across the palm that's open to the ceiling and the palm down to the sky? It's kind of like this opposing thing, this balance, this teeter-totter of, okay, what's next? What's happening? You've got it. Good. And then please allow the hand to come down, the knee to come down in the back, tabletop to child's pose. Re-nurture, recenter, come home to your breath. Feel a light within the home of your breath. Feel a light, give it a color. As you breathe in, breathe it into the whole body. Connect with what gives you encouragement, what gives you the faith, the belief to go on, doing your best with what you have learned, what you have gathered in your environment, with how much we know, with what we are given. But take the time for yourself now. As yogis, we're generally givers. We want to help the whole world to heal, but it's really important that we take the time to heal ourselves, to allow the wounds to heal so that we don't carry them with us into the shadows of our past, but more into the light of our present moment. Good, lift up into tabletop. Ground down through the palms of your hands. Lift up the knees slowly, downward dog. Lift the hips up towards the sky and move naturally, whatever feels good. And hug your body towards center, right? Hug your arms instead of splaying out and your heart's like, here you go, whoever wants it. No, be a little greedy. Be a little greedy with your love, with your heart for yourself. And I like, Lori, what you're doing. You're kind of rotating the ribs to the left and to the right. That's a great idea right now. Just kind of feeling out through the joints what's happening, right? Good. And then go ahead and still out your downward dog. Find that midline. And with the next exhale, the right foot plants down in between your hands, even if you need to pick it up and bring it there. Good. From here, I'd like you to bring the left heel down. Bring the right forearm on top of the right quadricep. And then bring the left hand to the right rib cage. Left hand to the right rib cage again. You've got the right, I'm gonna actually face this way so you all can see me. And then again, peel open the chest. Peel open the rib cage. And then once you find that grand opening, that feeling through the body, extend the left arm over your head and just stay here. Stay here and find that breath again, right? The wrist is strong, the awareness is strong, and you're very present. Find a breath that will support the movement as we begin to flow. Nothing too strenuous, just enough to get into and sink into the body. And then on your next inhale, press into the 2 feet, lift yourself up into warrior 2, extend the arms. Nothing too deep, just enough to feel the right weight of the body being supported by the right leg, and the left leg supporting the back of the left body. And we're gonna go inhale smoothly, nice and slow. And then exhale into that nice opening with the ribs. And then inhale smoothly, nice and slow. We're gonna go for 4. And then exhale, open through the ribs. 2 more times, inhale, really slow. Take the full time of a 4 count to come deep into the posture. Deep into the posture as far as moving slowly and with control. Good, last one, right forearm onto the leg, left arm over the head. And simply bring the left hand down, the right hand down, and step it back into downward dog. Again, hugging the arms towards the rib cage. Imagining the rib cage being held down towards the hips because you're controlling the abdomen. You're not letting anything leak out. You're just completely aware. With the next exhale, place the left foot in between your hands. Align the body, bring the right heel down to the floor. Bring the left arm on the left quad, and then bring the right arm to the rib cage. Open the rib cage up and turn. So turn all the way open to where it almost feels like the left chest is to the ceiling, and then the right arm goes up and over your head. And try not to clench the shoulders in, right? Just be super soft. Take an inhale of 4, find that breath again, and an exhale of 4. Super slow, inhale up into warrior 2, lift the ribs up and over the hips. And then exhale, super slow, into that side angle. It's almost like you're just taking your time to just really feel the skin and then the layers of the body under the skin. Last one, super slow, inhale. And then side angle, exhale. Right hand down to the floor. Left hand down, step back, downward dog. Super slow breath. Becoming ever aware of the grounding sensations of your practice. Maybe even close your eyes and see if you can feel deeper into the layers of the body. With the next exhale, step the right foot in between your hands. Bring the left heel down. And then this time, bring the right hand on the inside of the right foot. Take the left hand to the right rib cage and peel it open. Peel it open as you sink that right hip, even as you can with the knee. And then lift the left arm up and over your head for that side angle. Good. So we're going to go into a bigger movement, but I want you to stay as slow as you've been moving now. So you're in your full extended side angle. And then your inhale is going to bring you into a reverse warrior 2. So inhale really slow, the arms just kind of roll back and reach as the left hand reaches forward, the right hand reaches back. And then slowly on your exhale, the right hand comes down and the left arm reaches over your head. Good. And then keep moving, nice and slow. Inhale, pinwheel the body open. And exhale, you bring it down. Good. One more time, pinwheel it open. Nice and slow. And then right hand comes down again. And then straighten the right leg. Bring the right hand outside the right foot. Square the hips to the front of the mat. Adjust the back foot. Bring your gaze slightly forward and find your breath again. We're coming into a triangle and then a revolved triangle. So here we go. Inhale, left hand to the right rib cage to peel it open, and then the arm comes up. And then exhaling, super slow, the right hand reaches open to the back. And then inhale, triangle pose, left arm lifts up. Maybe we need a longer inhale and exhale and then revolve it. Almost make it a moving meditation, right? Just keep feeling the body. Nice, paying attention to all of that's happening within the ribs. And then we're gonna pause on the next triangle pose and just take 3 rounds of breath. See if you can even lift that right rib cage up any more from the bottom. Adjust your gaze, maybe the palm is now ready to go flat to the ground. Stay strengthened through the lower belly to support the back, and maybe close your eyes. Feel your feet support the weight of your body. And then feel everything beneath the feet. Visualize it, helping you to stay up. Good. And then bring the left hand down to the ground, turn the left heel up, and step it all the way forward. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. And then as you exhale, allow everything to just fall over the weight of the legs. As you inhale, reach it all the way up to the ceiling. Feel what has happened in the right hip. And then exhale the hands down to the heart center. Feel the pulse of your heart now a little bit more aware in the center of your chest. Can you pause to listen to the heart in between your breath? It's almost like it's knocking. I'm here. I'm always here for you. Just have to listen. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up. And exhale all the way to the floor. Step it back, downward dog. And then see if you can tune in again with that beautiful power of the yogi to tune in, to tune out all of the distraction, to bring you back to your practice, to feel whole, to enlighten what needs to be enlightened, to spark up again what needs to be sparked, and to build that trusting relationship between yourself, your faith, your beliefs, and what brings you back to the mat every time, that brings you back to your body every time to continue to grow, to evolve, even with our setbacks, with our missteps, forgiving yourself, not holding on to those weights of our suitcases behind us. We have to let go at some point. When you're ready, step the left foot in between your hands. Bring the right heel down and bring the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Straighten the, not straighten anything, ignore me. Lift the right arm up and over your head. Feel the body supported by the front of the left leg, all 4 corners of the left foot. And here comes that big movement supported by the slow, long inhale, reverse warrior 2. Right arm reaches forward. It's like a nice, beautiful pinwheel. And then exhale, clearing the space as you come all the way down to that side angle. Right. Really slow, very beautiful, very graceful. Find again your center, that calm within these storms of our life that like to creep back in and revisit us. Right? Being grateful for what we do have and just trusting that it's just going to work out because it is. And then coming all the way down with that left hand to the ground. Now please straighten the left leg. And just for a moment, bring the right hand to the left rib cage. Peel it out. Don't let it hide, right? Expose it. Expose everything. Then reach up the right hand into your full triangle. Adjust the back foot as needed to support the body weight. Adjust the neck just so you can feel breathing, not like you're choking because your chin is dropping in and out. Find something that you can hold and manage. And then with a very slow exhale, we're going to revolve it. Right hand down and left arm opens. And if you need to for this first one, take the left hand to the right rib cage and peekaboo it out. See what happens when you just give yourself a little bit of encouragement. It goes the farthest way that you think it possibly can. And then bring the left hand down, come back into your triangle, nice and slow. Right hand opens up. And then exhale, bring it down, revolve triangle, turn the torso. 2 more times, nice and slow at your own pace. Close your eyes if you'd like to. You know what you're doing. Just trust the movement, trust your body, trust your breath. We'll stay in this triangle pose now with the right hand up. Soften at the left knee. Bring the right hand down to frame the left leg. Step the left leg back, downward dog. And then all the way down to the knees, child's pose. Allow your forehead to melt to the ground. Allow your heart to melt to the ground. This is your stillness to move from for the day. To find this balance between your heart and your mind. Of course, we're accumulation of our lives, but we also need to find separation, to grow, to use them as stepping stones to come forward. Then go ahead and lift all the way back up to tabletop. Lift up the knees, downward dog. Hug the body in with the shoulders, scoop the belly in. Reach with the fingertips forward. And just feel just like there's little beautiful colors coming out from the body. Everything that is in there, allow it to be free now. Allow it to encourage you to breathe, to hold space, to be centered and to be focused, always healing, always evolving. And then please step the right foot forward on your next exhale. We're going to keep the left heel lifted this time. And then bring the hands to the hips. Keep this nice, beautiful angle with your back. And we're just going to inhale to lift the heart to shine forward. And then exhale, bring it down to that leaning position. Nice and slow. Inhale, lift the spine. Lift the heart, lift the ribs. And then exhale, bring it back. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, come down. And then pause at the next rise. Pay attention to the left heel. Is it reaching back or do you kind of have it forward, right? Be centered. And then lift the arms all the way up. Hug the belly in to support the spine. And then our inhale, we're going to add a little back bend. Keep the hips low. Lift your heart up towards the ceiling, the sky. Welcome the cracks to let in the light, and then bring it back to forward exhale. Just a nice crescent lunge. Inhale, open it up, extension of the spine. And then flexion, you can even bring the chin in slightly more than you normally do. 2 more. Inhale, we open. Exhale, we bring it down. 1 more time, just gently caressing the front of the chest. And then hands all the way down, framing the right foot. And then bring the left knee down, please. Extend the right hip back. Actually, it's going to be both of them. And lift the right toes. Allow the back of the right leg to stretch. Just hold here and just bring a little bit of release through the front of the right leg that just finished working hard, supporting the weight in the front of the body. And then bring the right hand to the right hip. Extend the spine forward until you feel a little bit more sensation in the back of the right leg. And then take the right hand to the left rib cage. We're going to expose again. Peel the body open to the right. Once you feel, okay, I've got it, get the feet back in the ribs, and then the right arm goes up. Everything points to you. Everything points to nourishing the center, to holding this heart space. Just hold it. Just stay here. Pour it in. And then when you're ready, super slow again. Right hand goes to the inside of the right leg. Take the right foot out to the side. The right toes are pointed forward. Bring your hands to your hips. The right leg is out to the side in extension. Let me move back as you see it. Open up. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to lift those arms up again. Stay centered with our ribs hugging in. And then here we go, swaying to the right as you exhale. And then inhale, super slow, we lift. So we're just hitting all angles of the body and then exhale. 2 more just like this as we inhale. And then encourage those ribs to turn here. You're gonna feel the right rib cage peeking through each time a little bit deeper. Good. And bring the hands up and find your way into tabletop again. Slowly release the right knee back. Make your way into downward dog, please. Maybe you're finding the breath is being welcomed a little easier now, that the body is being supported a little bit easier now, that everything is just moving. Moving naturally, moving with intuition, with knowing, with awareness, of maybe even knowing how you hold your body, your patterns. How can you let more light in? How can you release the knots that we hold in our body without even knowing? How to tune in even deeper to your practice to continue this movement forward. This momentum forward. Good. And then on the next exhale, the left foot comes forward. Holding that heel back. So switching legs, whatever side you haven't done, I hope it's the left with mine. Am I right with this? Good. And reach the arms, thanks Lori. Reach the arms forward, hold the body weight in the base of the legs. Here we are. Inhaling, right, all the way up to crescent. And then exhale, feeling the back of our bodies. So not ignoring the past, not ignoring the backs of our bodies, still nurturing it, still becoming aware of it, but not letting us hold back, right? 2 more, inhaling. Each time we come forward, we nurture our past, we don't forget about it, we learn from it, we go stronger. 1 more time. And down. And then hold it all the way up. Let's crack it open and move on, right? Inhale, the heart lifts, back bend. And then exhale, we recenter. Inhale, we back bend. And then exhale, we recenter. Again, inhale, shining the heart up. And exhale. Last one, inhale, open up the heart. And then we exhale. Hands come all the way down to the floor. Right knee comes all the way down to the floor to help support the body weight. Release the hips back until the left toes pop up. Find length in the spine, support the back. Just hold here. Let the head just be nice and easy here. Don't work too hard, just enough to release the muscles, the aching behind the back of the leg. Behind the calf, behind the knee, which we've learned from the past, is a huge gathering point of tension behind the knees. And then press through the top of the right foot so that you don't dump everything down into that right knee. And we're going to bring the right hand flat, if you can. Bring the left hand to the right rib cage. And here we go, peel it open. Left arm goes up, just breathe. Hold here. Just peeling open, bringing cracks open, exposing, learning from the frame of our body. Breathing deeply to come home. And then bring the left hand down. So I'm just going to turn my right foot backwards so I can still face the camera so that the left leg's extended out to the side. We're coming into that gate pose. So the left foot is out to the side, the right foot is behind my right knee, and my hands are under my shoulders again. And then once you've got your body positioned, release any stress of what's to come. Then bring the hands up to the hips. And then we sway again, right? Just like that beautiful flower, that weed in the grass, right? So we're just exhaling, you're reaching over to the left. And inhaling, we reach all the way up. Just reaching through the deep midline now. The inner thighs, the center of the torso, the groin, which is another point of tension. Feeding it all, bringing it all this movement, all this attention that everyone we're usually starving for and don't even realize it until we're there. You may start to feel a little bit of shaking happening. That's your nervous system resetting. Go ahead and center out, bring your hands down. Left knee beside the right knee, and downward dog. Taking 5 very slow, very mindful breaths in your downward dog, and then we're gonna move into the chest to take this weight off of your hands. But for now, come into this downward dog. Very slow. Smiling at your practice. It's just really pretty, right? Allow your knees to come down and take a break. Come to child's pose. Allow the heat of the body to just steam off. Let off the steam. Let off that burden of holding your weight so much. Let the breath ground you deeper. And when you're ready to extend flat to your stomach, lay all the way down. Lay down on your stomachs with your arms in that beautiful cactus pose, that freeing, that surrender, and turn your head to the left. Lengthen your neck. Let your body just be heavy, be held, to be taken care of, to be nurtured for, to be loved, to be cradled, to be gently rocked by the gentle movement of the earth, to be gently rocked by the encouragement that we all have. That good news and better is in front of us. It's always there. Allow your mind to soften, allow your jaw to soften. See if you can feel that heartbeat pounding up against the ground again. That beautiful heartbeat that is always working so hard for you, that we so and too easily give and give as yogis. Our hearts are generally and always sometimes too much in the right place, right? Is that a bad thing to say? I don't know. Just allow it to be held. Let's take 3 more powerful breaths in healing. Good. At that third exhale, I'm not rushing you, but you still may be at that first one. Just turn your head to the other direction to receive the release, the beautiful release, the sigh in the body, the sigh in the breath, the love that you hold, that we hold for each other, completely connected now. Moving through this journey, always in support for one another. Always assimilating to what's changing, recreating, re-evolving. We naturally evolve. We're humans, we adapt, we want to adapt, our bodies adapt, our minds adapt, our hearts adapt, we move on, we grow strong. Let your mind be easy, let your breath be easy. Maybe even open the mouth a few times if your jaw feels tight. This is your practice. This is your stillness. This is your time. You're whole, you're perfect, as you are. But now feel them and see them, maybe for the first time in a long time. Just be reminded of this beautiful light, this energy you hold. You're very powerful. Your practice is very powerful. Good. And then turn the head, let that release. Feel the release. Good. And after you've taken a few breaths, place the hands under your shoulders. And let's lift it up very slowly. I want you to take your time. Peel the sternum, actually the chin, peel the chin up. Peel the sternum up. Peel the chest up. Peel the lowest rib up. And then pause. And then release the lowest rib, the chest, the collarbones or the sternum, and then the chin. Good. Inhale, take that slow time. Listen for the heartbeat in between the breath. Slowly peeling open and releasing. Moving at your own pace, please. It may be faster than me, it may be slower than me. Person practicing with you. Last one. And relax. Good. Bend both of your knees so that the feet face the ceiling. And I'd like you to take your right hand and reach for the right ankle. Take the left hand and reach it forward to the top of your mat. Push into the left hand to lift the chest up again off of the bottom rib. And then flip your grip so that the right hand is on the inside of the right foot. And then turn your ribs open to the back. Turn open to the back so the left rib starts peeking to the right. If you're okay and you've got more of an evolving happening, take the right hand to the left foot and turn deeper. Maybe bring the big toes together, look over the shoulder, let the left rib be exposed. Taking a few breaths here. Feeling this in the mid-back because we've done all of the work to open up the mid-spine and not the lower back. Good. And then gently release. Bring the right forearm down and bring the knees down. Bring the shins down, take a break, bring your head down. Once your sacrum feels it's rebounded, bend the knees again. Bring the left hand back. Look at the left ankle. Bring the right hand forward. Push into the floor. The right arm is straight. And then begin to evolve the body to the left. And decide where it's enough for you, and it's okay. Keep your toes together. Maybe the right hand flips the grip to the inside of the left foot, or maybe even goes to the outside of the right foot and turn. This little evolved back bend here. Keep the toes together. Why do we do that in back bends? It protects your SI joints, by the way. Anytime you're into a back bend, you keep the big toes together, the knees come apart slightly, it's the lower back nourishing. Good. And then gently release, right elbow to the ground, left hand comes forward, and then walk your knees, keep your forearms down, walk your knees forward under your hips. Okay, just stay there for a second. Feel the alignment again happen through the SI joints. And then once you're okay again, re-extend the arms forward, both arms, so the elbows are lifted. And bring the chin down, the sternum down, the chin, and the top rib cage. This is called puppy pose. This is a huge opener of the thoracic spine. We're going to stay there for a few breaths in puppy pose. Puppy pose is a very challenging pose. It seems easy to the person looking because it's like, oh, that's child's pose. It's not. It's different. Good. And then walk your hands back under the shoulders and make your way onto your backs and lay down. Good. all the way down. Okay, just take a moment, nothing to do. Just take a moment with your knees bent if that feels comfortable, whatever you want to do. Intuitively listen, but let your shoulders get really heavy. They just did a lot of work for you. Allow the back of your head to get really heavy. Yeah, let it out. Good. And then after a couple of rounds of breath here, just kind of indulge in yourself, in your breath, in your heartbeat, in your practice with the feeling on the top of your skin. Good. And then curl in your knees and reach for the outsides of your feet for your happy little baby pose. It's actually a pretty big happy baby pose. Good. Keep your neck on the ground, keep your head on the ground. I'll guide you. Yeah, and just bring your knees wherever they comfortably come towards the armpits. And I would say the hands grip, you know, from the insides of the feet. So you hold the pinky side of the feet, but the elbows are on the inside of the knees for most people. If you're more comfortable with the elbows on the outside of the knees, that's okay too. Just sink into your lower back. Sink into this huge release of holding in the hips, especially through that engaged downward dog and evolving. There's a lot you are demanding from the middle of your body. So let the middle of the body just seek stillness. And then release the bind of your toes. Bring the feet down. Cross the right leg over the left leg and bring your inner thighs together to kind of seal the deal here, right? And then if you would like, you can bring the knees in towards your chest and just hold your big toes, hold the back of your thighs, whatever just kind of brings you into this happy little protected shell, right? That easily gets cracked when the unexpected surprises us. And it comes. So recharge. They say that practice of yoga doesn't mean that you're going to cure yourself of everything, but you should be able to bounce back faster. Doesn't mean you're not going to overreact when shit hits the fan, because you probably still will, but you bounce back faster. Maybe instead of a week, it takes you 2 days. Maybe instead of a full day, it takes you a few hours, but you know what to do to nurture yourself because your toolbox is there. Your heartbeat is there. Your breath is your home, and you can retreat. Release your feet. Take a breath. Untwist. And just switch legs. Cross the other leg over the top and just do whatever feels right. Yep, you can bring the toes into your hands. You can reach the big toes towards the shoulders. Whatever feels good. And if you kind of pay attention to this, right, this is almost the beginnings of a full lotus pose. That meditative pose, you see all these Buddha people, you know, that position I was talking about and meditating in, that just holds your posture just right. That perfect little Goldilocks chair. This is yet another posture that brings you closer to that, one step closer. And we're always going towards one step closer, right? And when you're ready to unravel, relax and unravel. Let your knees gently go left, right, until you feel the calmness, the center into Shavasana, and you let the legs extend out in front of you. This is your bliss. Soak in it like a bubble bath filled with rose petals, with grapes to the right, champagne to the left. Just feel all warm and soft inside. Indulge. Maybe that really cool feeling when you allow your head to go underwater and everything gets really fuzzy for a few moments. Everything gets muted out from your brain. Let that happen. You just did a deep sweep of your body, deep cleaning of your body. We all need it once in a while. Your hearts are big, so the softening must be bigger. The renourishing must be bigger. The realigning yourself for the unknown must be bigger. Be proud of yourself to the practice you're willing to come back to over and over again. Be proud of yourself for showing up each time. You're doing better than, I'm going to say, 99% of the population. You're staying committed to your movement, to your meditation, to your breath, to the healing of not just yourself, but everybody we come into contact with. To the healing of the universe, we send out our prayers, our vibes, our energy now. And just take a minute to yourself now and just reap the benefits. Receive it all coming right back to you, just like an echo. Few of us are satisfied with retreating from the world and just working on ourselves. We want our training to manifest and to be of benefit. The warrior, therefore, makes a vow to wake up, not just for himself, but for the welfare of all beings. Perma Shadran. Come back to your breath. Come back to that moment of pause in between your breath to feel the heartbeat. You've been equipped. It's always there. You just have to pause and re-invite it to step forward. Bring your knees into your chest, please. Gently roll to one side, whatever is most available to you. And then beautifully present yourself to the day and holding in light and peace. Close your eyes. Bring your hands to your heart center. Make peace with that feeling, that physical connection to yourself. I have an urge to Om. If you'd like to join in, we're going to do 3. Take an inhale. Om. 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 Thank you for your energy, your vibration. May that vibration be with all of us and all that we are dealing with. Namaste.